When these kids are charged with minor possession, again, I'll mention Clemson because that's typically where we deal with it, sometimes in Spartanburg at the college up there. But the biggest thing I see is they try to hide it from their parents, and then they show up for court, and they don't know what they're doing. And anytime you go to court representing yourself, I don't care if it's a speeding ticket, it's just not a good idea. It's something you don't really understand. And they're not going to say, well, you're a good guy, let me just get rid of this charge. Cops are not fishing. They're not into catch and release. They're into catching and mounting it. And that's kind of what happens. Where what we would do is we would file with the court so we don't actually go see the cop on the court day. Years ago, that's what the plan was, but now new chief, new supervisors, they just don't let them do anything. They'll let the prosecutor do it, but they don't want to be the one that gets rid of anything for whatever reason. So we get the prosecutor involved. And sometimes in life, I know it sounds crazy, but a lawyer talking to a lawyer makes more sense. You know, they understand, hey, this may not be the best case. For instance, the dorm room, you got 14 people in there. Not everybody was drinking that bottle of wine. I mean, that's just kind of, they think through it logically, because if they had to prosecute it, they're thinking, what's a jury going to think? And that's another thing that is interesting about jurors in Clemson. A lot of times they're younger kids, and they are not real big on, getting people convicted because they're all doing the same thing. It's not the most serious crime, but it can cause you issues, especially with the university. And you don't want something in your kid's file down there that says, well, they got this criminal thing and they're on probation for a year and they can't even get a jaywalking ticket, or we'll do something else. There's just a lot of things that people just don't think about. They're like, well, I'll just go pay the ticket. All the kids got credit cards in the court. They'll certainly take your credit card. And they just think, well, it's no big deal. And then, like I said, they get a letter at home and their parents see it, and they're getting in trouble with student council, and then they're getting a letter from the DMV in New Jersey or wherever, and they're like, oh, by the way, your license is suspended until whatever date, depending on which state it is, and you can't get anything to drive on. South Carolina can go up to 90 days on somebody that's underage because their focus is, or their thinking is, if they drink, if they get behind the wheel, and that's what their thought process is. Hey, let's keep them from getting driving. Now, most of the kids at Clemson walk, or Uber's out there now, but sometimes they're like, man, I'm just 2 blocks away. And a lot of people get arrested on DUI. They're just a couple of miles from the house. They're not way downtown. They're just went around the corner, convenience store or whatever, and they pull in there and they hit a curb, and guess who's standing there? The cop. He just went in there to get a cup of coffee, and he's like, I need to talk to this person.